Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Liftoff interview. I am here with Famine Corpse Flowers. How's it going?
Going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for Liftoff. Launch pads, both of them have finished, and we're going to be getting into Liftoff pretty soon. That's kind of why we wanted to interview all these players. Um, I wanted to ask you, how far do you think your team will get in Liftoff?
Um, I think we are probably gonna win round one. I don't know who we're against. Like even if we're against Return to Form, we're winning round one, and then we're going 1-2, or we're just I don't know. We're gonna make NASA at the very least. Hopefully, I'm begging. Patat doesn't deserve to be in NAST again. That's a big takeaway because I know Gwimmy and we talked about this at one point. We think our job is to get Patat into NASA where he belongs. So we're gonna get as far as it takes to get NASA, which hopefully means just one win in winner's bracket.
Yeah, so if I recall correctly, two wins guarantees you a spot in NASA. One win, I believe, puts you in winner's side of the NASA LCQ. And even if you go 0-2, that'll be just loser side of NASA LCQ. So still chance regardless. Um, but hey, it's a good goal to have, at least making it to NASA. But I did want to
Yeah,
ask you, which teams do you think would make it to landing?
to landing. I think um Return to Form, very strong team. I think they're the only team out of all of us I can guarantee makes landing. Um as for other teams, I think Modern Magic is definitely the closest, but not necessarily like 100% making it to landing. I think they're very close to being like that guaranteed spot as well. And then if I had to pick a third, it would probably be the Rose Petals. Doxy has been playing extremely well recently. And because I think for the Rose Petals, Doxy is definitely one of the weaker ones on the team, especially with Luke and Twisty. But I know Doxy has been putting in the work a lot recently. And Twisty, he's kind of been on a break for the game. Like she hasn't really been playing all too much. But I think if they just get everything in order, I think they can also pretty reliably make landing.
And quick clarification, it won't be Luke, I believe, playing in Liftoff. It'll actually be Zoro or the Fool. I don't know if that changes your perception.
Um oh yeah, that's right. Cuz I heard that it might be Zoro playing, but I wasn't sure. And I don't know. I really have no idea if that changes my perception or not. Actually no. I think they're relatively evenly matched players in the goalie spot.
And do you have a fourth team? Because four teams will be making it to landing.
Um a fourth team. I think hmm, that's a hard one. I would probably say Now's Bureau of Strikers because I think they're gonna get a princess run,
Oh, okay, that'll
and I
be interesting to see.
and I think it would be really really funny because I know they can't do Nassel, so
Yeah, no, that'll be a fun one to see, right? Evil Drew Danger, preparing to come back to Nassau, but I believe there were some rumors saying that Drew just wouldn't play regular season anyway. So, well,
um
yeah.
to my knowledge, because I'm very close with this team, Evil Drew Danger will be playing regular season if they make NASA,
Oh, okay.
and that's the only way that Drew's schedule lines up. But that's just from what I know, and I'm a little bit stupid, so maybe I just heard wrong.
Hey, it's all good. But I'm interested to see how NBS performs too. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you is about you and your team. Who are you guys excited to play against?
Um, I think there's no team specifically that I think we're excited to play against. But if I had to pick one that at least I'm excited to play against, it would be Dynasty Party because I want Asiainator to go 0-11 in NAST this season.
Hey,
And I
that
want to make sure Asiainator gets in NAST.
I mean, after going 10-1 and winning Nasty, it would be at least from your point of view, it'd be pretty funny to see Nasty and Nasty once again, and perhaps go 0-11. Now, I did want to ask you. That probably brings me to my next question. Anyone you want to call out or shout out, perhaps?
Um, Gwimmy. I know Gwimmy's on my own team, but through before I managed to get on a team because I was really just picking scraps before um Launchpad because I went 0-11 in NAST last season, and that just put a huge stain on my reputation. And I was just picking up scraps, and then Gwimmy and Patat, they kind of like picked me up from the ground, like they picked me up like a little potato, like they farmed me, and they got me on their team, and I told my friends over at NVS, so I got Gwemmy and Patat on my team. And quite honestly, I was pretty scared about Gwemmy specifically, because from what I've seen, Gwemmy not the best in solo queue, but Gwemmy absolutely popped off in Launchpad. And I'm really, really excited to see how Gwemmy performs in Liftoff too, because I think Gwemmy's been playing the best they have ever played before.
Yeah, I think so too, right? I wasn't too high personally on the Gwimi pickup, but then when I saw they played in Launchpad, I'm like, wow, okay, they look amazing, right?
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm excited to see how, Famine Corp will go with your roster, and if you guys will end up making it to NASA. But I suppose that's everything we have for today. Thank you, Flowers, once again for interviewing. It was a pleasure having you on.
It was a pleasure having the interview with you.
Yeah, so with that, everyone, don't go anywhere. We'll catch you around for liftoff. Bye.
Goodbye.